Hi, I'm Hope Medina with Colorado Code Consulting and the co-chair of the Sustainability Membership Council. Today's video is on tornadoes. Tornadoes are a natural phenomenon that everybody has to deal with. The codes are there to help address that. In utilizing the modern codes, it helps to mitigate some of the issues that you may or may not have. It deals with, wind debris and glazing, wind speed. And so there are some things that go outside of what you're going to find within the building codes. Now, ICC is really great in providing you with tools to be able to help your community stay resilient and sustainable. And one of those tools happens to be ICC 500, which is a standard for building storm shelters for hurricanes and tornadoes. Now, for today, we're going to discuss the aspects of dealing, in those locations that deal with tornadoes a lot, which, here in Colorado, it is something that I've experienced since I was a kid. I remember the first time there was a tornado in Denver, and the school that I was in, which was elementary school, the way they handled it is they put everybody in the auditorium and then they took the doors and they locked them with chains to keep them from flying open, and they put on a video. Well, the wind was so loud that you couldn't actually hear the video that was going on. So how do we address these types of things? And so this standard can be utilized for both residential applications and commercial applications. Now, the residential application, I think we all have an image in our head that when we talk about a storm shelter, it's this concrete bunker that we find underground, and it happens to be kind of tried and true as far as something that is survivable. And so that is something that could be utilized and is talked about and addressed within the standard. Now, something you probably wouldn't think about is on the commercial side. Let's think about a school. Like I mentioned earlier, if that school had been built to today's thought process and expectation, I would imagine that this school would have something that's going to address how they're going to deal with these types of situations. And it could potentially be a room that's designated as the storm shelter and built to ICC 500. Now, one of the things, the Denver International Airport, if you're ever walking around, take a look at the entrances to a lot of the restrooms. What you'll notice is there's a little tornado sign symbol on there, and then it says that it's a storm shelter. And so you can shelter in these types of locations because they've been built and designated as a shelter for these things. Now, I can't say that it was built to ICC 500 or not, because I believe DIA precedes this type of standard, but that doesn't mean that in the future it isn't something that could be utilized when they're being built or in remodels. Everybody is always improving upon it. So utilizing this could be a great opportunity for many entities out there that have to deal with tornadoes on a regular basis. So thank you for joining today's video. Stay safe out there. Tornadoes, sometimes you have a warning, sometimes it's just a matter of seconds and it's upon you. And so I just ask that everybody stay as safe as you can. And then if it happens in your community, try to be there as best you can for your community, whether that's helping dig out or whatever the case may be. Join us tomorrow when we continue the next edition of the Sustainability Membership Council's Voices from Building Safety Month.